right, how's it going, everyone? We are just getting the final social media post sent out. Make sure everybody is ready. Just wanted to go ahead and jump on camera before we do, just to say, hey, how's it going? We are getting rolling. We are going to be making some art today. It's going to be really fun. I have been doing a lot of programming streams. Programming streams may not be the most fun on stream for a lot of people to watch, and I'm really excited for the art stream to see how that goes, because there are some people that quite enjoy watching art streams from my understanding. But anyways, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but what we're going to do is go ahead and get started. So I am going to pop open the software. We're going to put our face on the right side for now. If that's in the way, then we'll move it. No, don't do that. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's create a new file. So we're going to start with just some Affinity Designer. We're going to just make a, let's just make a 2K document by 2K. And start with that just for kind of like baselining some textures. This is going to be kind of a grass texture. And this is something I want to have be kind of a like a simple texture, if you will, but something that kind of can be kind of pretty. So we're gonna go ahead and make a couple of just broad form shapes in here. And we're gonna, we're gonna move them down. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I guess I was holding control. And then, let's see. One thing I really want to do is kind of give them kind of a baseline to all be based on. But I don't want it to be too thick. And then I want to grab this tool that allows me to... Oh, I needed to convert all these to curves. What's this guy doing? Okay. Let's convert to curves. There we go. Okay. And then what I want to do is just start grabbing the points of these two. Can I pull them together more? Can I combine them? Arrange alignment. I don't think I can do that. Convert, break curve, transform mode. There we go. Okay. And what we're going to do is transform mode again, and then we're just going to make these snap together. Oh, I'm doing it again. I always do that. Okay. Let's do view, reset rotation. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got some cool stuff coming in. Hey, and we already got our first like. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. And let's go ahead and drag this into the right a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and drag this to the side as well. I'm going to drag it up so that it pops up there. Okay, so this is where I'm going to try just copying these. Let's just group them. And then we'll make a second version here that's a little bit taller and thinner. And then I'm going to ungroup these and then just get rid of this guy. And then grab this group. All right, let's group these again, actually. And then let's grab this group, pop it over, and make it fit. Needs to line up with this guy. And I don't know what's up with the snapping tools in this software, but for some reason they don't always work for me. Okay. Rotating again. Okay, so that's our grass right off the bat. One thing I want to try is giving this, oops, Control Shift G, and then make that a group. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into this group, and then I'm gonna hit the A key, and then I'm going to grab all of these at the same time. And I'm gonna grab the tops, and then I want to try curving them and see how this looks. I don't know if this will look good, but I kind of want to try curving the grass and making it all rounded. Have kind of a weird look like that, and see what that turns into in Unity. That's going to require finishing this and putting it in Unity, but I think it'll be worth trying. So we're going to go ahead and pop this down here and make it just fit the frame. And then what we're going to do is this is going to be kind of like the alpha, if you will. And what we'll do is give it 0 saturation, just make it completely black. All right, black. Okay, that's our alpha. And then we want a color map for this. This is something that I would like to make a nice little gradient for. Oh, guys, I'm excited for this. This is going to be good. All right, so we're going to grab some colors here. Let's go ahead and make the first gradient kind of a little bit of a, maybe a bluer, darker one. A little desaturated, a little dark. And then we'll make the second one a brighter, more saturated green. Maybe even like a little more yellow. We'll start with that. We need to rotate that gradient. So that goes from the bottom to the top. And I don't really care if it's completely straight, to be perfectly honest. I think it might look better if it isn't, to be honest. All right, and then we're going to toss that under the sky, I think. Let's see, let's Control J this, hide this, and then rasterize this guy. And then I think we just drop that under that guy, like so. Okay, now that's our grass. Oh, there's an issue here. That is not overlapping. Okay, let's drop that out. Get rid of this guy. Okay, this guy needs to be completely covering the bottom here. So let's just pop it up a bit. Okay. I mean, technically it doesn't actually need to. What we can do instead is just grab all the curves at the bottom of these guys and just pull them down. So let's do that. Okay, that's fine. Otherwise it might look a little wonky. Okay, and then this is gonna be, let's do this. We'll see how this looks. It may not look good, it may look great. We're gonna have to check it out to see. I think we have to just drop this in like so. Cool. All right, that is our initial grass texture. Save this. Let's go to the project assets. And then this is technically in terrain. Well, no, this is environment. It's a little different. Terrain is like its own thing. So environment. And then we're going to do foliage. And then grass. And this could look amazing and this could look terrible. We're about to find out. All right, let's go ahead and export. Let's also make sure that the document has alpha document setup. Transparent background. Okay, there we go. Now export this as a PNG. Actually, we'll use a TIFF. We'll use a Targa. No, we'll use a TIFF. Excuse me. All right, and then this is the grass.tiff, and that should also give us the alpha. So now what we're gonna do is in Unity, I'm gonna make a custom material for this. So, or custom shader. So let's go ahead and create an amplify shader. Do we have that installed right now? I do, okay. Cool, let's go ahead and open it. Open on the wrong screen. I kind of thought it would, but that's good to be aware of. Okay, we'll drop that right here. And then I need to create, and I think it's going to be down at the bottom. It is not. Okay, where is it at? Amplify shader function, amplify shader, surface, universal. Yeah, universal render pipeline, and we want EBR or unlit. Ooh. I want to start with PBR. and see how that looks. And then I also, this shouldn't be needed necessarily, but I'm gonna try a new document as well. Let's do like 400 by 400. It doesn't even need to be that big, to be honest. 72 on a DPI. And then we're gonna create a gradient. And this is gonna be our map for making the grass move, like where the effect range map. So the higher it is, yeah, we can actually just rotate this guy like so. Okay, and then I'll save this grass wave map, and this could be done in code. It might be done in code, but I'm gonna have it available just in case I need it for testing or setup. All right, cool. That is available. I'm gonna get rid of this guy. Cool. All right, let's zoom out of this. Okay, so this is universal PBR. That's perfect. That's what I want. Metallic is perfect. Okay, so I want to also create a material with this. So let's got resources. Let's do a folder for environment. And create a folder for foliage again. And then we'll just put the grass material in here. And then just material. And then URP. Is it going to be in here? Let's see, where's this going to be? URP PBR. I think it's just out here. Okay, so it's gonna be let's do a folder called Cosmic Shaders. And if you type Cosmic Shaders / then it'll give you the ability to create a custom shader type, and this is under Cosmic Shaders Grass. And then actually I want to make this Cosmic Shaders, and then I'm going to extend it. I think I'm going to say nature grass or environment. And then we don't need to put all the shaders in there, but for now I think that'll be a good start. Okay, and then I want to move this into a folder. Environment. Okay, because we're not going to have a ton of specialized shaders for the environment. We just don't need them. But this one will be pretty important. So let's go ahead and hit T and drop down a texture sampler. And then I actually need to go grab my textures and drop them in here. And that is going to be under assets, environment, foliage, grass. Okay. And then I need to find my textures folder. And then create some folders in there. And foliage. And then we'll do a folder for grass as well. And it is a little annoying, but very important up front to create all these folders. Because you gotta stay organized. So we're gonna grab the TIFFs. That's it. And then just drop them in. And leave all the compression settings for now. And we'll just drop this onto the texture. And then I'm going to grab the RGBA and put it on the albedo. And then the alpha is going to be the alpha. And then can we do vertex offset? We can. Okay. So one thing I want to do with this is make the vertexes move a little bit the higher they get. So I want to create a completely square plane here in Cinema. And we're going to make it a 3x3 for now. And that is not where I want to be. All right, there we go. Okay. Environment assets, foliage, grass. This is perfect. Okay. Grass card. And then what I want to do to this actually is make it editable and then drop the axis to the bottom of the y-axis and then reset the PSR, and then it's down there. And then it's just like that. And that's perfect. Okay, let's save that and name it grass card. And it has a UV tag as well, which is perfect. It's exactly what it needs. And then now we can save, and I need to probably export this as an OBJ. And then I do not want you to export materials. Should be good. And then we'll drop that into Unity and see if the flip z-axis causes an issue. Let's drop this folder off screen actually. All right, we've got the grass. Let's go ahead and go to geometry and create the folder structure. Again, I need to just make a folder structure making tool. Environment. So useful. Great. Foliage. And then I think this one could just be in here. Yeah. And then also you've got the ability to oh, that's collaborate. Sorry, that's the next version of Unity that has the search function built in. But yeah, there's an ability to search through the project pretty easily with that kind of stuff. But here's the grass card. A little bit big, as you can tell. We're gonna make a grass card 0.01, 0.01, 0.01, and we're gonna make this into a prefab. That's still way too large. Cool. Double that up a little bit for now and make tall grass. Okay, and then this is gonna be a prefab called grass card, I guess. Be fine. I need to make that a prefab though. I need that tool. And environment. Foliage. And then actually let's not make another. Does it need to be in there? Okay, this is gonna be our grass card, original prefab. There we go. Grass geo. And actually, let's get rid of the grass card prefab here. Drop this out. We don't need this. Can we not move this out? Okay. There we go. That's all we need. Drop that under foliage. Okay, and then this is going to have that material we're making on it. So environment is clicked. Environment, foliage, grass. Okay. And that guy is going to have grass card, and then that texture needs to be this guy. And then the grass card, let's go into this. Why is this unable to rotate? Oh dear. That's wonky. That's super wonky. Okay, well, we're gonna create an empty as a parent and get rid of the grass prefab and have a parent as a prefab again. As much as I didn't want to do that, that is annoying. Okay. All right, and now we can drop that in. cyclic nesting detected. That's okay. All right, yeah, this shouldn't be a prefab. Here, we're just gonna get rid of all of that. Grab that geometry again, wherever it is. It's right here. Press card, pull that in, and then we'll go ahead and grab this and scale 0.004 across the board. And then this is going to get that material on it. And then we need the grass in here to 180. I think it's going to be a negative Z. Nope. What if we negative Z? Scale? Nope. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we actually do need to lift this up. Let's undo that for a second. Or no, let's not undo that. Let's copy and paste it, and then reset the transform of the Y scale and the rotation, and just make sure that they line up properly. And 1.6 seems to do it. Okay. And then that will be this guy, and now that's set up properly. And then the grass needs to have alpha support. And it needs to have transparency. So we're gonna have two-sided on. And then the alpha needs to be on. Let's see. Surface, transparent, blend alpha. That should do it. There we go. Okay. And if we just rotate this to be in the light more. Okay. So the alpha, I may want to smooth it out a bit. If we have just this as is right now. Not loving it. But as we make it smaller and spread it around, it might be pretty good. All right, there we go. And that alpha is cutting off at the top there. Need to be a little bit careful with that. All right, something is happening here with this. Let's see. Look through these. Okay, let's get another texture shader as well, and then this is going to be the foliage grass. This is going to be the grass waves map. Then this is going to be the I think you hit, can't remember what key this is, but there is a function we want to do where we'll over time cause waves to appear for this. I think I might just do that later though. Yeah, for now I think that's okay. Smoothness. Let's go ahead and get some controls in here. Smoothness. And then I also want to have this be the emission. And I may use a mix node to make that function. Yeah, it's a lot brighter, but I think that's good. So we'll go ahead and grab a smoothness. And then metallic. Don't know why I would use it, but we'll have it. Okay, we'll get rid of this other texture sampler for now. I think this alpha clip threshold is supposed to be a float, but I could be wrong. Not quite sure. But for now, we're going to leave that alone. And then we're going to get a lerp. I think it's just L. Yeah, okay. So we pass the RGB in here, and we just have it be black otherwise. And then the alpha is going to be a float, and this is going to be a property. And then this is emission intensity. And then we'll say max 1, default 0.5. And then we'll grab these guys and adjust them as well. Smoothness. 0.5 as well. Okay. Okay. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and drop this on here, and then this is going to be the emission. And now it's not just straight going through. Okay. All right, and that should work. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is click on this guy, go to the card, go to the material. And then we're going to adjust the smoothness. Really keep it a little bit low. Metallic. Well, it gives a nice, nice interesting look to it. It looks kind of like a very metallic look, actually. Like, not a metallic look. Of course it looks like a metallic look. It shouldn't look like anything else, but that's not what I meant. All right, let's set the emission to be the second lerp as well. That is better. Okay, did I save that? I didn't save that. Okay, all right, that should work. There we go. The grass is the... Let's change the smoothness. Got a good look with the grass. Grass view here. Yeah, smoothness is not helping. Maybe a little bit. Metallic with smoothness is way worse. So we're actually just going to take metallic out. It is not needed. And then the emission intensity basically just is going to be the brightness. And we need to get the grass map to kind of choke this in a bit. So let's go back to this guy. And we're going to get the alpha right here. And we're going to just generate an alpha by creating a white background. Just make it completely white. Okay. We'll put this guy on top. Move this up. And then this guy's going to get a border of 1 pixel white. And it's currently 3. Let's see, can we feather this? I think we can. Properties, I want it to be a, not a, yeah. I want the brush width to be part of it. That's kind of interesting actually seeing it through like that. But what I want is not a hard brush, but a soft brush. Okay. Give it a 2. Okay, where's the... Oh, you know what I can do? Gosh, and blur it. Give it a 2. Or maybe a 1. Make it a little blurry. Actually, let's try a 0.5. Okay, we'll try that. We can also try it without much of a stroke because the Gaussian blur should just cover it, but yeah, actually let's disable the stroke for now. And just use this as an alpha map. Except for this needs to be inverted. This needs to be a black background and a white foreground. How do I convert this to curves? I need to combine all of these. Do that. Okay. That is fine. And then that is not covering the back all the way. Cool. All right, that is our alpha map. Grass alpha. Okay, back to Unity, back to the textures. There we go. All right, and then back to the shader. Shader's gonna be a completely separate texture now. For the alpha. That is gonna go right here. Okay. Cool, that's good to go. And then let's drop all these up here, and then this guy goes down here. Cool, all right, that should let us hit the objective we want. So, we are getting a wrapping issue. You can see this like 1 pixel up here. And there is a hacky fix to that to offset the tiling. But what I want to do instead is look at the shader and see if I can prevent these from tiling. So I think they are auto tiling. All right, UV. I want the texture coordinates there. Okay. Then let's look for a. Yeah, okay. With the UV coordinates right here. And then I don't want it to do tiling offset. I think. Okay. All right, and I think that the text is just replacing it with a different image for a different texture. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Let's see. Let's check these. Let's make sure they're not. Yeah, okay. Clamp. Why? Okay. In the wrap mode, it was set to wrap, which was actually where the issue is. It's not in the shader. You can see no issues up there. All right, so we're still getting a little bit of a wonkiness with the edge of the grass. It's still. Let's see if I can really turn down the zoom. Yeah. Oh, gotta keep it really low. Okay. Back. Okay, you can see the edge around it is starting to fade out, and I want to make sure that that is not causing issues. So what we need to do is actually we do need to use the border here. And it needs to not be a white border, it needs to be a black border. Black stroke. Alright, and then if I turn this up, does it increase? Okay. Yeah, we'll use a 1 pixel border. And then that will be, okay, what's going on? There we go, okay. And that will allow us to use the blur on here, the 0.5 blur, without it going past. In fact, actually, what am I doing? The grass texture. We don't need this. In fact, actually, let's just turn it all together off. Okay, so this is the alpha, which didn't change. This is the grass texture. All right, yeah, we'll replace it. Okay, then we'll replace it here too. grass, rename it. Okay. That's the grass albedo. And now we don't have to worry about the border anymore, as you can see. It's nice and fixed. Okay. So again, the thing we need to make sure here that works is ooh, that's not doing transparency properly. Let's make sure that works. Okay. Refraction model. We set a tangent. Something about shadows. Alpha clip threshold. Shadow. I think that might cover it. We'll find out. Let's see. Let's do that. Okay. We're gonna see. Try the legacy refraction model. Oh, that's for refraction. Nope, that's not what I want. Okay. I also might try the specular model for this instead of metallic because I don't want it to turn metallic. Let's move this up, this up. We'll rename this to specular. And set the default here to 0.5. Smoothness. Okay. I need to figure out what gets the shadows to work. Okay. Let's change that material. It's definitely not right now. I'm gonna smooth this down. And where's okay. Go back to the grass. This specular. Set to a property? Oh, it just wasn't saved. Okay. And then let's save the names of these. This is going to be albedo. And then alpha. Okay. And then let's change it to be specular and have an intense smoothness. Okay. Yeah, no, that has the same issue. Okay, well, we'll just keep those at 0 for now. And keep the emission intensity about there. Okay, so obviously we need to fix the shading. But if this is our grass, I think we need more variation in height. Potentially. Let's start with that. Let's adjust our alpha. I want these to be like little cuts and cards and kind of sprout like this, like. Kind of fade well together. Okay, so that should be a better one. Alright, back to Unity. Go to Show and Explorer. And really handy little tip here, if you haven't done this before, if you constantly find yourself replacing stuff and don't want to copy and paste things in Unity, you actually just copy the file into here and then just replace it in the destination in the actual Explorer, go back into Unity, and it's just been updated for you. And now you don't have to worry about it. So that grass is definitely a lot better. And then if we copy and paste that, that should be good. We just need to figure out how to get the shader to see, how to get some shadows under it. Unity, amplify, shader, editor, URP, shadow. Let's see. I do want to check that out, but that's different. Okay. I wonder if there's anything that can help me figure out why I'm not getting shadows. Let's do... Past shadows, URP. I wonder if there's like some documentation or something on it. There it is, okay. Amplify shader editor, wiki. What we're gonna do is we're gonna look at this over here. Come on. Really? There we go. Too many screens, sorry. All right, let's do Amplify Shader Editor. That's where we are. Manual. I don't want extra stuff. I want URP or universal. PBR. Wait, does this... Wait, can you use this to create a render pipeline? No. Okay, that's different. Okay. So this is for that. URP. Yep, we're on URP. Okay. How does one... Yeah, so this is the lightweight render pipeline, which is universal render pipeline. How does one change the shadows? Ooh, subsurface would also be really good if they have that. Cull mode, front, back, off. Should be both, which is what it is right now. Let's see. I don't think that this is actually the accurate settings to the shader settings. I think that's all lightweight stuff, which is old, not around anymore. Shader, source, shader, material, gotcha. Yep, I know how to use tool. By the way, this came out before the shader graph that Unity has, and I gotta tell you, it's way better. So that's talking about using... Oh, that's editing template. That's based on the actual code. I don't want to do that. Okay. Yeah, but anyways, this came out before shader graph, by the way. And if you haven't tried it before, Amplify Shader Editor is super great. I don't know if it's as needed anymore, but I bought it before it came out, before shader graph came out, and it is so nice to have. Yep. Okay, what if I set it to transparent cutout on the render type? There you go, cool. All right, let's see how that looks. Does that work? Grass billboard. I mean, it is a grass. Maybe we should try the built-in grass shader. Let's look and see what it looks like. We don't need to homebrew everything if we've got good options. It's different. Nature, interactive. Do they have anything? Terrain, lit. Good complex lit. Okay. Let's look at complex lit, I guess. And we'll do specular, transparent, alpha clipping. Maybe? Then I want the base, and then where's the alpha? Please tell me. There we go, mask. Oh, that's for detail input. Nope, that's wrong. I don't want that on detail. Oh no, does this need to be part of it? I hate that. I wish they would just separate it. I know it's not sufficient, but... Oh, it's frustrating. Okay, we're gonna go back to ours. I mean, so something to consider, technically speaking, it's gonna run significantly more efficiently if we don't have shadows. And also because I'm not using smoothness and specular, instead of calculating those, I'm just gonna get rid of them. Okay. Alpha to coverage, maybe? Alright, we need to save this. Oh, that's not right. Because I turned off the material settings for specular and smoothness, now they're set to their default values. I don't want that. All right. This should just work. I wonder if it's because it's on two-sided, maybe. Let's call the back and see what happens. We can just make the grass always look at you. Now we're not getting any shadows. That's wrong. Cast shadows, NCs, LEDs. Is that subshader? Nope. Alpha to coverage. That may have turned it off. Rendering platforms. Great. Not what I want. Available passes. Not what I need. Tags might be useful. I wonder if there's a later shader model. I wonder what the subshader shader model does. Pass. Blend mode, source alpha, 1 minus source alpha. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Blend alpha, 1. Yeah, okay. Stencil buffer. That might be needed. Not sure. Depth, Z right off. Yeah, don't need that. Okay. What about tags in here? Does this need any tags? Light mode, universal forward, okay. Alright, so this shouldn't not have shadows now. For some reason it doesn't have shadows. It receives shadows and it should cast shadows. Two-sided on, blend alpha, transparent. Let's just do opaque for now and see if shadows come back. What's this at? Let's just put it back. Then we'll rotate it around a bit. And then snap it to the ground. Okay. There's some bakery issues. It's fine. Not using bakery right now. Let's see. What do you guys think? What should we do? Built-in fog is fine. Metapass override bake GI. Maybe. Don't want any tessellation though. Instead of having tessellated geometry manually, maybe I could have used that, but that's okay. Translucency? That'd be sick for the grass, to be honest. Like let's let's drop that color in there and see how that looks. In the back. I mean, even if we don't get shadows working right now, that's okay. We'll get them working later. Let's turn the emission off. And see what it looks like from behind with translucency. Also, let's turn off the sky environment. And drop a light in. Point light. So we can see what the translucency looks like. So this is the translucency on this, by the way. We set it to 0, or, you know, turn it up. That's going to give us some tell. 0.5 is cool. Scattering. These values are way too small. I'm just going to turn off the scene, actually. We don't need it. Okay. Ambient lighting effect. Let's see how much shadow affects it. To do that, we're gonna need another object in here. Let's turn gizmos on so we can see them. I want gizmos on, but I want them smaller. I hate giant 3D icons. Okay. And then let's add another 3D object, like a cube. Should just go to that guy. Okay. And then we're gonna set this up right here to be in front of it. And then this needs to have hard shadows, just real shadows. And then go. Oh. Can I use real-time spotlight shadows? Okay, so you can see the shadows are affecting it now. Cool. Alright, so we've got the shadows on there. And I want to set it to have some scattering. That would require having it have a little bit of depth to it, actually, I think. Okay. We're going to leave this really low. Ambient lighting, I think 0.1 is good. Shadow 0.5 because I'm not really sure what that does. And then, oh, direct. Thought that would actually affect it. Okay. Guess it doesn't. Normal distortion. Well, we don't have normals on there, so that's fine. So we'll set this to 0.5 maybe. Yeah, that looks. And then let's go back to this and set this to be transparent again with an alpha. And then cast shadows, use shadow threshold. And then we're gonna just drop a shadow threshold in here. Or alpha threshold. Okay. And then this will be a property. I think the maximum is 1. Cool. All right, so let's see how this looks. Okay, so we're getting the spotlight on the grass, and we're getting the look of the grass with the spotlight. Let's get the emission intensity as well. I'd say like 0.3 or 0.4 on the emission intensity to give it kind of like a brighter look would be nice. And even if we don't keep this like alpha cutout, I feel like this is kind of like the vibe we want for the grass anyways. We might give it some texture later as well, but this gives us like a really good start to the grass if nothing else. Let's see about shadows though. All right, so the box is getting shadows. Okay. And then this is making shadows happen as well. Let's turn the sky off again and see if we can get shadows from there. Can. Okay, so for some reason our shader just does not like having shadows. The alpha threshold, we want to keep that a little bit lower. Okay, well, for now, this isn't going to have shadows, and that's okay. We'll figure that out later. In the meantime, we know that that looks really cool. And actually, let's not get rid of those. Let's get rid of let's turn off the point light, which is actually not a point light. And then we're going to move this cube over, and you can see that when it's in front of it, the translucency is calculated. So that's actually kind of cool. But it makes it feel kind of like a paper mache kind of thing. So I want to leave that strength at, well, let's leave it at 1. Yeah. And then turn the alpha up. No, not the alpha threshold, sorry. Leave that at 0, that doesn't matter. Okay. Turn up the emission intensity. And we'll put that at 0.5, and the reason we're going to do that is because then it's going to be a little bit more independent in the shadows. It's going to be affected by the shadows, but it'll still have some light. If we were to set that to 0, it'd be really dark. But now we have kind of like global illumination lighting it up through the emission values. All right, and we are getting a little bit of lag on the stream, I just noticed. So if that's a problem, let's see. Oh, it does seem to be. Okay. Then I will not mine crypto right now. Okay. Mine that later. Okay. Probably shouldn't do that during work anyways. All right. I mean, it's my own computer and I own it, and it's, you know, I'm my own boss. So technically I have every right to, but like it would be more efficient not to. Okay. There's our grass. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this a terrain thing. We're going to go to the terrain, go to the paint, trees, paint details. And then I want to get a detail object. That paintbrush size needs to be way smaller though. Create neighbor terrains, paint on the terrain, paint trees. I don't want trees, I want grass. Is that gonna be in here? Edit details, add grass texture. Ah. Here's my grass. Is it gonna be like that? Oh no. Oh my gosh. I went through all that effort to make my own custom shader. They've got one built in that's probably going to be better anyways. Okay, let's do this. Let's use a color shader here. Nope. Do an overlay. Let's do this way. Put this here. And I want... No. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to duplicate this guy. And we're going to rasterize this guy. Sort of layer effects, it's perfect. And then drop this under. And then drop that. And then that is our grass texture. Sensitive. Grass standalone, or grass with alpha. Okay. We're going to try the built-in tools and see how they work. They're probably a little more efficient. All right, back to textures, grass, and then just drop that in. Back to the terrain. Edit details, add grass texture. I can just drop that guy in there. And then I don't know what size I want these to be yet. So we're going to add it, but hopefully we can edit it. Holy crap, that looks absolutely terrible. Okay, let's make the max width 0.5, or the minimum width 0.2, max width 2, minimum height 0.2, max height 2, noise spread, that's fine. Okay, 2.5. Maybe let's adjust this a bit. Kind of like the idea of having a little bit more of like visible noise, if you will. And then these colors are absolutely terrible. We are not going to adjust those like that. All right, and then these are painting too often. Do I hold shift to remove? Okay. All right, brush size. Let's place these down. Let's just like paint a ton of this. Ooh, that scale gets too small. Let's edit the details. Minimum width 0.5, 0.5, and then 1. We could do 1.5. And then 0.05 on the noise spread. If we're looking at it from this angle, not too bad. The alpha doesn't work very well. Is there a way to make this better? Like, right now it's all billboard. What if it's not billboard? Oh, then it's really bad. Okay. Billboard. Okay. Let's just make this really big and just cover the whole area in grass for a bit. You can even see past some of that section. What where the culling takes place? And I wonder if this has a grass movement. It does, okay. Yeah, you can see though, if you're looking at it from down at this angle, this is the worst. This grass is bad. Never mind, some wood. Oh, by the way, I was talking to my wife today, and she is going to help with some of the gameplay planning and such, and we came up with a really good concept to solve some of the issues I was having over the weekend about how I wanted to approach a lot of this stuff. I think we've come up with a really good system. Collect some of this iron. Running through the grass like this isn't bad, but this grass is way too big, and it doesn't match the ground. So we want to make sure that it matches a little bit better. So let's do this. Go to the terrain. Just paint it out. Make it really big. Hold shift, click. Paint it out. Should cover it all. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll paint just a little bit in right here. Definitely has some LEDs in there. That's kind of useful. Okay. Let's go ahead and edit the details and make it like 0.2 to 0.8. Oh, you like the grass? I'm glad you like it. And I was talking about you. This is not as thickly added in as I would like. I really want to make this look better. Yeah, I don't think that the grass built in is going to be the way to go, honestly. Because it's just not looking good. Let's move that. Well, actually, go back. Is there a way to tweak these settings to make it better? Draw, detail, distance. This might be good. Detailed density. I have this guy open to do this. Okay. Detail distance, let's set it to 5. Oh, I get it. Okay. So this is actually the draw distance. So we'll set it to like 70. And then the density. The fade length 5. Let's do like 0.2. Let's do 2. Let's do we can't boost the density. That's kind of annoying actually. Let's see. Grass settings. Oh, it was tinting. Let's tint it towards the ground. Oh, gross. That's actually terrible. Let's not tint it at all. Okay. Draw instance? No. Cast shadows. Oh yeah, does it cast shadows? No, it does not. Is there anything in here that allows us to... Oh. Shift erases details, but if you hold control, it only really erases the details you're setting. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can test the target strength and see how that works. That barely puts any down. If we set it to 1, it puts a ton down, but that's still not enough. Opacity basically does nothing. Okay. Okay. I don't like the built-in grass. Is there a better Unity grass? Let's look at the asset store. Maybe it's just a scaling issue, honestly. But let's see what they have compared to regular built-in terrain grass. Okay, this is definitely more efficient. I mean, I'm being sold, so I don't know if there's much of a difference, but shader family, 3 different types of shaders for pretty much any type of terrain. Vertex lit. Okay, so that's definitely better. And it does URP, which is really good. Let's look at this one. I mean, this is definitely more ballpark what I want to do. This is like the look I'm going for-ish. It supports URP. Does not support anything else. That's not great, but it has a lot of built-in grass cards. Oh, yeah, we should do. Let's rotate these. 90 degrees. Get rid of that guy. Rotate these. 45 degrees. Okay. And then we're going to connect objects and delete. We've deleted those, okay. Get rid of this guy. This guy a little bit, maybe 10 degrees this way, and this guy degrees this way. That looks pretty good. Okay. Let's try that. Support object. Press card, save, replace, yes. Don't flip Z-axis. See how that looks. Okay. Before we start trying somebody else's stuff, we're going to try, modifying our own and improving it. Card. Okay. Let's get rid of this guy. Do. Okay, and then let's go down to the prefab foliage environment grass card, and we can just double click on this guy to go in here. And then this guy's having issues. We need to grab the grass card. From here. This guy. Okay. And oh no, they're backwards. Okay. There's some right order issues with this, you can see. Oh no. Does that work in any angle? Okay, so depending on the normals, this is actually pointing the wrong directions. So let's try this. It's melt that I want. Nope. Let's dissolve. It's still not quite what I wanted. Okay. Let's optimize points. Okay, let's just rebuild this from the ground. Well, actually, before we do that, let's that back up. Actually, let's make sure we aren't going to be jumping into a different package. Color feature: blend grass with color terrain. Ooh. I think we're gonna get this. This is pretty good. This basically takes care of all of the look that I want, and we are using URP. Let's go ahead and wishlist this. Check this guy out. He also has some good water shaders too. This guy has some nice stuff for the art, making it look pretty good. But okay, let's check this out. That's really clean. All right, we're gonna wishlist this too. Welcome to working in Unity. Everybody gets obsessed with assets. Ooh. Oh, that's super cool. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's see. That's an extension. Does this support URP though? That's one thing I need to know. URP compatible. It's not compatible with the others. Okay, that's fine. We're using URP anyways. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get the grass thing at some point. It's gonna make some nice stuff. Does he have like a bundle or something that covers both? Okay, so this doesn't seem to be a replacement for it, but this is definitely like vegetation-wise exactly what I'm going for, so we'll look at this kind of stuff at some point. But I don't know, I mean, for like prototyping that would be really useful, but I don't want to spend that much. This I do want to get. So, all right, I am going to snag that real quick. We're gonna drop in and use it, so give me just a second. All right, and after we get this in, I think we'll go ahead and start adding some of our grass and seeing what our grass texture looks like and if we like it. It is like, it's a very weird shape. It has a very early Mario platformer look, and I don't know how I feel about that. I do want to have like a cartoony stylized vibe, but I don't know if I want to have this kind of vibe. So we'll see. We'll if we don't like it, it's really easy to change though. All right, let's do this. Sorry, I need to hit a different card. I do not want to receive notifications. Okay, that should be good. Now we wait. All right, let's go back. I am going to go ahead and get rid of prefab in the environment for grass cards for now. And we're going to go ahead and go to the package manager, download. All right, and this should be good. All right, let's do, what is that called? Look at that later. There's something interesting over here that piqued my interest. I'll show this to you. I'm not really sure exactly what this is, but it interacts with bakery URP. Oh. So this is like bakery. Is this bakery lighting or bakery unity? Let's see. Amplify shaders for bakery URP. What does that mean? Because I know that bakery is really powerful, really good, but I mean, also this is optimized for bakery and not necessarily for unities. So again, being sold, but ooh, that is intriguing. Ooh, oh, that's light probes. That's okay. That is going over there. What is this? Is this an asset? I'm very intrigued. Is this going to be me buying asset stream? It's not going to. I promise. Don't worry. I've actually bought this guy's assets before. He's the maker of the object placement tool. Okay, I think that was just let's see. Oh, this is a tutorial. This might actually. Oh no, this is free stuff to download. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and get that grass in. Grass, is that not what I just got? Stylized grass shader. Oh, that's a Unity registry. Sorry, I need my assets. What do you mean there's no assets here? Okay. Now search for grass. Oh, come on. Alright, we'll load the 100. Okay, well, I guess you guys get to see every asset I own. What is going on? That's acting funky. Okay, there we go. Gotta go 38 more. Okay. Down at the bottom, stylized. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Download. Import. Cool. Well, I'm glad that works with the URP because I actually wasn't sure if I was going to stick with the URP at the beginning. But I wanted to make something really efficient, and I think what you can make in the universal render pipeline looks really good. So I was like, okay, well, might as well just stick with it. I was actually thinking about switching to the standard render pipeline, like Legacy, or using the HDR or the HD render pipeline later, and kind of swapping between the two depending on your graphics settings. But I think I'm gonna just stick with the universal render pipeline and go for something that's just like a little bit more cutesy, and not have like insane like ray traced rendering kind of stuff, but have something that's just like really good, like a really great use of the universal render pipeline with like, you know, shadows and translucency and things like that is where we're going to be putting the expensive stuff when you've got more computing power that you want to put into it. All right. Let's go back there. Okay, cool. All right, this is imported. How do I use it? Is it built in? It's just a shader. Okay, so not a grass placement render tool. Okay. Is this going to be a suitable replacement? Placing grass. There are several methods to populate a world with grass and Unity. This section outlines them and their disadvantages and okay. The Unity terrain, vegetation system. Alright, let's learn together. Oh, so apparently in 2021.2 it will start allowing you to use custom stuff. But that looks like a terrible, terrible time. What about painting by hand? Yeah, so this is like my biggest worry right here. But if we're loading them as objects in sections, like we can optimize that. But for now we're just prototyping. So we're gonna just toss this in. So I think this is, let's see, there's a painting tool. I think it's called Prefab Painter. I've got some old tools for this kind of stuff that let me paint stuff on the terrain. And at one point we might go like, let's see, this was an October 2020 release update. This might work. We might go like Horizon Zero Dawn style and try and just generate the whole terrain in Unity. But we'll see. We will see. I'm not quite sure. But I want their shader. I like their shader a lot. It looks really good. It's really nice. We're going to be using that for sure. Let's see. Grass billboard. Ooh, LODs. That's very good. Okay. Let's look at some like thick grass. Ooh, wait, hold on. Okay. Ooh, okay. That's pretty good actually. And then let's check the LODs here. Okay. Materials. Thick. What is this? How did they make this look like this? This is the coolest thing I've ever seen in a shader. I've never seen anything like this. Is this an editor script? I think it is. I could be wrong, but I think they're using editor scripts on their shaders. That's sick. I love that. Okay. That's the coolest thing I've seen. Alright, let's see. Oh, here's a really important thing. The shadows are correct. That's really important. Okay, and I like the scale. I need to be able to paint these on though. So let's go ahead and go back to the package manager and import this guy. Prefab Painter. And it should work. We'll find out. How are you guys doing today, by the way? Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for jumping into the stream and hanging out while I work on my project. It's nice to be able to do this with other people around. We have been on live now for about an hour and a half. Made some good progress. We're gonna be probably on for quite a while today. It depends on a couple of things. We need to make sure that I'm able to still, you know, go and take care of my wife, who's still pretty sick, and my son as well. But as we hang out and make sure that that's working, you know, making sure that they're taken care of, we're good. All right, End Tools, Prefab Painter, cool. Get rid of these guys. Okay, I don't want trees, I don't want decals. Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is grass, okay. So let's, I mean, we could put that in hierarchy, but I think we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna save the layout. go ahead and overwrite. Okay. I want to create my own grass, I think. Oh, that's funny. They have their grass version, but that's tiny. Okay, let's try their prefab of tall grass. And maybe some thick grass as well. And we'll drop the thin. Well, we patch it. Okay. That gives us some things to start with and work with. Let's start painting these in. Brush tool, let's turn up the radius. Okay. And then I want to make sure that this grass material blends with the terrain. Oh, do I have to do the terrain version for that though? I'm a little worried about that. Let's check their documentation on that. Rows built in, use my tools like Map Magic, Gaia, Vegetation Spawner. I am using Map Magic. Or I mean, I'm not using Map Magic. I have Map Magic. There's a lot more pros. Prefab painters usually apply random scale. It's really useful, easy to manage. Like any other game object, material changes are directly visible. Meshes can be used with occlusion culling. That is pretty good. Okay, so the only issue is that it handles CPU usage a lot, so we just need to be a little careful about that, but I think we should be good. Okay, let's zoom out and let's turn down the spacing and up the size. And if I turn this up, I can go ahead and just erase everything. Let's just place a ton of this grass. Okay, there's way too much grass there, but it has the vibe I want. So what I want to do is do a distance check. 0.2 maybe. Let's do, yeah, let's do bounce. Just check and make sure. Okay, no, not that. Distance check. Let's make sure that it can overlap, but not too much. Okay. Okay, so that's a 1. Let's do 0.5. That's good. Okay, I want to make sure this can only draw on this object as well. So let's turn these off and the character off. Okay, so it's getting really thick down here, and some of these are painting sideways. Like, what are you painting on? Are you painting on yourself? Why? Does not make sense. Okay. That's a little weird. Let's do this. Let's paint only on a terrain layer. That means that I need to, I can turn these back on actually. And then we're gonna get to terrain and we're gonna make a new layer here. Terrain. And then we're gonna do the train. You get it? Terrain sounds like train. Okay. Paint on selected only. Oh, no. Oh, that would have been nice. No. Okay. Place under, right, prefab layer. Prefab place layer. Sure, erase by layer. Okay. Oh, is that going to work? Paint on only terrain layer. Okay, yeah, that's still good. Settings stayed. Okay. Scale, I want to do 0.5 and 1.5. And then re-optimize the Y rotation 100%. That's looking good. It's not too cluttered. And then I don't think we're gonna have like grass everywhere, like per se. Like I don't need to worry too much about like grass being like overwhelmingly everywhere. But is this really that close to those objects? Okay. Maybe we will try instead doing paint on selected object instead. Oh no, we have the terrain painting tools set up. Okay. Go ahead and go. There we go. Okay, now we can click over there. That's fine. Okay. As you can see, just dragging it out can be really laggy, but it's really nice grass. So that is definitely more ballpark what I wanted. I think one thing I want to try is, first of all, I like this grass so much more than my grass. I think my grass is like trash. So we're gonna get rid of all of my grass stuff. Go to environment, foliage, grass, get rid of that. Shader, geometry, environment, foliage, grass, heat, textures, environment, foliage, grass. Get rid of those guys. Yeah, I don't want those. And then prefabs, environment, foliage. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. That's good. And then we'll just stick with this grass for now in the game, at least for the prototype. So the one downfall is that we're gonna have a lot of this grass running. If we hit play, we can find out pretty quickly if it's gonna like kill the game. But I mean, it gives us a lot to figure out. You know, why is this not showing up in here? It's so weird. Okay, let's hit play. Oh. We added the terrain to a different layer. Now it doesn't show up. Okay. Also, let's go ahead and hit unplay. Go here and go to Sky Manager. Show the Sky Manager. Go to time and location. I want the day to not last 1 minute. Or under a minute. I want it to be a 5-minute day right now. Actually, I want it to be a 10-minute day. I want the current time to be, if I do like 23, that's like 6 o'clock. So I want it to be, or maybe 6 in the morning. Okay. Yeah, that's a little weird. Okay. We're going to start with the time over there. Let's take the terrain, drop that on the default layer, and then we're just going to paint on selected objects instead. There we go. All right. For now, we'll have a little bit of grass in there, and then this is a group of grass. This is not going to render efficiently. We need to be a little careful about that. Like, it will, but it won't. You know, it's going to have some issues potentially. GPU instancing is going to be really important. So hopefully this works well. In fact, actually, I would probably be smart to drop in the profiler and check that out, but do that a bit. In the meantime, I'm going to maximize this and see how it looks. All right, so flashlight is working. It's grass. Not sure I'm loving the wind. I'm not loving the height of it. It looks like it's untrimmed and unkept. But I do like the grass. I like how easy it is to work with. Now, as you can see, there's some serious banding on the grass here. I think that comes across. Yeah, it does really bad. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to address that banding now. Okay, and that is going to be under settings. No, under workspace settings. It's right here. And then the high quality URP. It's going to be lighting stuff. So let's do 2 cascades. And then I think it's the depth bias. Yeah, this is going to give us Good view. Let's go look up close right here. Yeah, with the... Oh, wait, no. It's not the first cascade, it's the second cascade. That looks bad. Okay. So, if we leave that at 1, then the lighting's constant. Okay. That's too much. Okay. Let's do a normal bias of 1.1. That's not changing anything. 1.1 there. Off shadows. This is actually even better to recognize what's going on. Okay. Let's do 50 on the shadow since maybe add some cascades back in. And you can see as we get closer, yeah, there you go. You can see the cascades affecting it. So, I'm not sure what's up with the normal and depth bias though. I wonder what the default settings are for that. In fact, actually, if we look at the low quality render pipeline and the medium quality render pipeline, they're all set to 1. So, okay. They basically leave it all alone. Okay. I wonder if that's normal though for... Okay. Oh, shadow resolution. Let's do 2048. That might be... Let's do 1024. That'll be a little bit better. Okay, shadow resolution. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Not sure what I did, but that's a lot better. I think it was just this. Okay. Well, the banding's not nearly as intense. Oh, it's soft shadows. What it is. Okay. Well, we'll address that kind of stuff later more. Also, this is nice. I love how it fades out with the LODs. Really handy. That's gonna make it run efficiently. Okay. Let's see. Use some anti-aliasing as well in the high quality settings. But I think this is the settings I'm using. Yep, it is. Okay. Dynamic batching would be really good. It might take a little more CPU to like dynamically, you know, combine them, but that'll be really good. Okay. Post-processing. High dynamic range. Let's see. Well, we'll get into that kind of stuff later. Okay. In the meantime, we've got some grass, and what are we gonna do now? Let's see. I would like to look at some reference and figure out what kind of other assets I want to create. So I'm gonna go to Pinterest. Oops, that was not where I meant to click. That was not what I meant to click on. Okay. All right, let's go look at this guy for a second. Environment art. I don't even remember what that stands for, but I'm sure there will be good stuff in here to look at. I know that Unity acquired SpeedTree. Is that still available for a good price, or is it like free for Unity users? It was Unity, right? Yeah, it does. What I want to know is, does that mean that it is now free to use for Unity artists? Okay. no. That means nothing. Okay. I want to figure out what kind of trees and rocks I want to work on. Let's do this. Let's sculpt some rocks. And we don't need a grass card anymore. Let's save. Okay. Also go back here. Just get rid of that. It's not working. It's saving stuff. Yeah, it is. Okay. Try again. Cancel. Try again. I think it's Unity. Okay. Well, we'll grab it later. Go ahead and get rid of the stuff out of it though. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start sculpting a rock. And I want to get a base geometry like so. And then I want to... Well, let's just do this in ZBrush. This will be better. I'm going to use a mouse. Judge me if you will. But I'm going to use a mouse instead of a keyboard. Or excuse me, instead of my drawing tablet. My drawing monitor. My drawing monitor is currently used elsewhere. In fact, actually, you know what? Maybe I will set up my main monitor as my other monitor here to the left. Oh, I bet I have a couple of versions of ZBrush updates too. We're on 2021 currently. Okay, yeah, that's probably fine. Devices, let's see, not devices, I want display. Guys, this might tweak things for a second. Give me just a moment to make sure that it's good, but I do want to be able to show you my other monitor. So let me see how this works. This is the big guy. I'll make this my main monitor. All right. Cool. Everything is still functioning properly. Cool. And then we're going to change the stream settings. So, or the stream setup settings. Give me just a moment. Okay. Bear with me, guys. This is going to be a lot easier with the drawing tablet. Where's the pen for that? I might need to charge that. Oh man, I hope it's charged. Even if we don't use it, it will be nice to have it ready. All right, let me get OBS moved over. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna move this right here, and then grab the web browser here. That up there. Okay. That's better. Okay. I think that's a lot more functional. And then I can pull this monitor over, which you can't see right now, but you will in a second. So I also have to tweak one other thing. I'm going to get very confused with this being on a different main monitor now. Let me change this. Let's see. Studio mode. All right, yeah, just bear with me for a second, guys. And it's got to rename. Appreciate your patience. Ah, crap. Okay. Different ones. Gonna be split caption. Okay, and this is page 4. Okay. All right, now you can see it, and then I need to just make sure that I can enable and disable that. So let me tweak this. All right, so if I touch this, it should cycle between the two. Okay, cool, that's easy. That will allow me to pick whether I'm on the drawing monitor or not. All right, so let me go find the drawing pen. I'll be right back. It'll take like 2 seconds. It's just like right over here. and then we'll see if it's charged. And then we're gonna sculpt some rocks and make some terrain stuff going. It'll be good. Alright, sorry for jerking the camera around there. Let's make sure. There we go. Cool. Alright, so turns out that the drawers holding the camera up is also what was holding these up. So let's see. This charged, it is not. Let's see, is it charged? Oh wait, let's make sure the drivers are on. So, if not, I may have to charge these, and that may be a little bit of an interesting thing. Let's see. I went the budget route. Who are we on? Honestly, I recommend it. I've used Wacom before, and it's good, but not that good. Place everything. Okay. Go. Now it has access. Show pen, right button, mouse button. That's what I want. Just keep. There's no keys on there. Okay. I want this to be display 4. Okay. Alright, so if I mouse over, touch it. Let's make sure we're on the drawing monitor. This recognizing it. It's not. Okay, do I have 2 Huion drivers on? I do. No, I don't. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for your patience, by the way. I really appreciate it. Also, thank you to everyone that's dropping a like. I really appreciate you guys dropping the likes. It means a lot. Alright, yeah, okay, so this is acting well. Okay, let me go find the plug-in for this, the USB, and then we'll start charging these guys, and then we can start working on some rocks. Oh, that's not. The light box away. Okay. Here, drop it in. Editable. We're gonna work on this in just a second. Ah, right, okay. Been a minute since I've yeah, okay. I remember how to do this now. It's been a little bit since I've used ZBrush. Not gonna lie. But, oh, that's really cool. Just rotate that guy to see the right direction. You can't see that because my face is in the wrong place. You can just rotate this guy to get a different perspective. So let's say I use the BMT, which is the move topological tool. Then if I hit X to make it symmetrical, you can see if I move this like so, that's super cool. Okay, sweet. We are gonna have a lot of fun in ZBrush during this project. By the way, I love sculpting, but we'll jump back to that in just a second. I need to charge something, so give me just a sec. Alright, it is a good feeling when the first place you look and the first thing you look at is the exact wire you need. I need to figure out where to plug this in, so give me just a second. I am going to get right up in your face, so just one moment. What on earth is that? I must have misclicked something. Alright. There we go. Had to figure out how to get everything plugged in that needed plugged in. So I'm gonna let that charge for just a moment. We should be good. How did we do that? That's super weird. Alright, now we have everything still plugged in that was plugged in. It's plugged in better now. Alright, so it says there's a joystick disconnected. Oh, I know what that is. Okay. That's just you playing. Need to get adjusted. This streaming setup is set up for a very particular layout for me, and if I am not in that layout, it gets really awkward, and I need to make space so that I can pull this monitor over and use it. And I need to take the hanger off that my son so graciously put up. He is 2 and learned how a hanger works, and he was just having the time of his life putting it up, so that was fun. But all right, perfect. Oh guys, this is gonna be so good. All right, so we've got the drawing monitor right here. I'm kind of stoked. This is nice. I'm gonna move the stream controls on my phone over there, and then put this guy right here. I think it's here. Cool. All right, and then I think I'm gonna move the drawing monitor in closer if I can. It should be able to move this way. Oh, it will, but I have to move the arm around. Bear with me. Oh, I have to move my main monitor to do this. That means I have to move some PlayStation controllers. This is getting awkward. All right. Awkward to move things. But so worth it. Oh, okay, hold on. There's not enough space here. There's a box in the way. Like I said, this is a very refined layout. Very particular. Go ahead and pull this back in. Make sure that I can still fit some of this stuff over here. I think this monitor's basically in the same spot it was. Might be a little bit further forward. It's okay. Doesn't super matter, technically. Okay. But the other monitor is facing the exact opposite direction I need, but that's good, because now I can put in over here. What on earth? Is this a screensaver? Okay, you can't really see it unless I pull it up, but you can see it if I lift it up. I've got a monitor right here now that I can just move in over, and if I switch to the desktop monitor and grab this pen that's been charging for just a moment, let's see. Ah, there we go. All right, so now we can't use ZBrush the way it was meant to be used. Oh, this is gonna be good. All right, we are not gonna be using symmetry though. The only problem is that this guy keeps on bumping into my other monitor. So let's see if I can rig this up to be a little less awkward. There we go. All right, there we go. And I'm gonna have it face myself up like this, and I'm gonna move it so that I can be a little more in view. Charge the other pen as well. And this is gonna go over my mouse. Hopefully that doesn't cause any clicking issues. It's causing clicking issues. Let's move that out of the way. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna use a keyboard with this. That's how I know to use ZBrush. Let's hit X. Okay, so let's see. I want to start with a slice tool. So let's grab a cutting tool. Let's see, slice, I think it is. Slice rectangle. I don't want slice rectangle. I want slice curve, I think. So that is Control Shift. That should slice it. What's going on? Is that not slice? Oh, I think it's slicing. I don't want slice. I want trim. My bad. Trim curve. Okay. So let's go back to there and then trim. Okay. So this is going to give us the ability to now work on our rock. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just trim it at the bottom here. And then let's set this up to work with dynamic subdivision. No, it's Dynamesh. And then we'll go ahead and smooth it. Man, this guy's perspective in the top right here, not me, it's my face to the left, there we go, is so much better. Oh, let's also go out of studio mode. Give me just a moment. There we go. Cool. All right, now we can see everything nicely. And cool. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure that this is the right shape we want. I'm going to use the Move Topological tool and just kind of get like a starter form in for this rock. I'm thinking something like a nice little boulder in. Let's trim that a little bit. Yeah, it works. Okay, and then let's trim it again. Let's move it over this way and trim this way. All right, and then we're gonna basically just polish the heck out of this, just smooth it out. Pull this down. And then continually dynameshing it so that it's not like having its geometry mapped into what I don't want it to be like. Okay, so this is a good good foundation for like a starter rock, I think. Looks like a little bit of a tooth or a peg or something kind of wonky, but there you go. I think it's good. All right, let me get ready for this. All right, so let's grab the H polish. This guy. And we're going to go ahead and make this smaller. And just start applying strokes to this. Broad strokes, smaller strokes. Start getting kind of a rock form in. H polish is a good rock making brush. And then we want to get rid of all of the smooth out sections. And we're going to just kind of do a subtractive kind of application to this through the H polish brush. Okay, so right off the bat, we have like a good rock shape just starting out. So let's go ahead and explore some other polish brushes. This is something that I think I'm gonna get a lot better at as I go. This is something I have not done in a long time, but I think it'll be really good. Let's use the regular polish brush. No, let's go back to H polish. Let's see, not H polish, let's look. There are some other good tools like clay buildup. I want this to be a little bit more. Is there a blurrier square? There's not. This will be fine. All right. There, blurrier square. All right. Let's go ahead and add some buildup here. Smooth it out. And then BHP is the shortcut for H-polish. And then BCB is clay buildup. Okay. And that's definitely too strong. So BHP again to subtractively bring it back down. And let's make this smaller. Let's trim this section. And then I think there's some like trim tools that help with this kind of thing. It's been a while, like I said. There's polish. There's trim dynamic. That's what I want. Okay. Yeah. And this is gonna consecutively like run over your edges and make it look a little better, but it also doesn't have the issues that H-polish has as much in some ways. Let's see some buildup in here. Let's fill in that gap. This is basically like a wax brush in that sense right now. Okay, BT. Okay, and then trim dynamic is one of the options. Trim adaptive is another, and they function a little differently. I'm not quite sure what the difference is, but I think trim dynamic is like the one to go through for rocks. So it'll take like the normal that you start on, and I think it tries to like keep things towards that normal. Yeah. Oh, that's a good looking rock there, I think. Good start. And you get these like, let's zoom in here. You can see kind of like the reflections on here. This is kind of like a fractured, shattered kind of I don't remember what it's called, but some rocks fracture and kind of chip off like this. And this is kind of getting that look right now, and I like that. Trim dynamic is a very useful brush, and it gives these nice chipped off looks. I can't remember what it's called. I want to call it shale or something like that, but I think that's the wrong term. But anyways, the point is that it gives a really nice look. Let's make this kind of smaller and give this kind of like a different plane in here. One thing about rocks is that they are all about planes. So if you want to get like a really good hard surface chipped stylized rock look, smaller planes like this are definitely good to work with. Yeah, that looks like a rock. Definitely what I was going for. Pretty happy with that. Okay. Let's go ahead and gonna be perfectly honest, I haven't done this in a while. I was kind of second guessing whether I'd be able to actually pull this off with what I wanted to make it look like on stream, especially after the grass did not look so good, in my opinion. But I think it worked. Let's put some buildup in there. BTD, trim dynamic, okay. And if I make this work properly, the sculpt on the edges down on the bottom, it can be rotated to show underneath as well, and not have many issues there. There we go, different planes there. and then this is kind of like a little fracture break off that I want to scale down. Oh, that's wrong. BT. Let's try to do the trim adaptive. Oh, that is very different. A lot more intense. I think that works differently. Okay, let's make this Dynamesh resolution 256. We want this to be pretty big, and then we want to pull in the trim dynamic again. And let's sculpt here, here, and here. Smooth this out and then try sculpting that. Nope. Okay. Smooth this out a bit and then smooth this out a bit. And then trim dynamic across this edge here. Okay. This guy's kind of like broken in. So let's add a little bit of let's lower the intensity. A little bit of these strokes in here. BTD. BCB right here. And BTD. Oops, let's smooth it. Pull it. Okay, and then trim dynamic. Let's do a smaller trim dynamic. And we can leave that as like a little chunk there as well that chips off. Basically, you want to tell the story with the rock, like, hey, this chipped, this broke, this happened, and then at that point, if you want to add like some cracks or fractures or something like that, then you gotta just keep in mind that there's like a story of what has happened here. So there is, let's see, BDS is the Damien Standard brush, which is going to be for fractures. So if I wanted to let's make this a little smaller, a little more intense. Let's say that there was like a fracture going on in here. Let's say, where would a fracture make sense? I want to turn up the intensity and turn down the draw size though. In fact, actually, I want to set this to 512. And let's see. Let's add some fracture right here. Again, draw size, I wanted it to be really low. I don't know if this is giving me enough information in here. Enough polygons to work with. So you may need to tweak that. Yeah, not loving that. Okay, BTD. Trim dynamic. There we go. That is a lot better. Okay. Okay, it's subtle. It doesn't do a lot, but that crack makes sense. Okay. I don't want to add a lot of cracks to this. I think I'm gonna just leave it as is, and then we're gonna use some Substance Painter to paint it, and go from there. So, yeah, let's go ahead and start with that. Let's save it. ZBrush saving is always a treat. Saving interface is like the weirdest thing in the world. Let's go to projects, Jam on Toast, assets, environment, rocks. And then this is going to be large rock, but small boulder. 1. Okay. And also, give me just a moment. I need to fix the camera. Alright, there we go. Let's rotate this around. We're good. Okay, save. Can we just like save without having the save dialog come up every time ZBrush? I wish you were normal. Okay, let's do this. We need to actually unwrap this. So let's go ahead and go to the plugin. We're gonna just use Emacs. No symmetry. Unwrap. It is unwrapping. And then what we can do is we can pull it out. Oh. This is why I hate ZBrush's save dialogues. It is doing weird things. It's disappeared. So we're actually not editing geometry anymore. We're just waiting for ZBrush to load. In the meantime, I'm gonna go and load up Substance Painter. I don't know what we're gonna do with this exactly, but we will do it. Whatever it is. Alright, allow Substance Painter. Yes, I recently switched off of using some of my old antivirus onto some different stuff. And now everything is complaining. Very weird. Okay. There we go. Is this Substance Painter? This is, okay. Can you load? Bear with me, guys. Sorry about this. The computer is having a conniption. I think it's just ZBrush and Substance Painter. Two dramatic programs loaded at the same time. You know how it goes. Both wanting lots of attention, neither really needing it. Okay. Let's go ahead. There we go. Ah, okay. No, I don't want the newest version. I own a persistent version. I don't want to give Adobe more money. Not a big fan of their model. They bought the Substance products and said that they weren't going to be doing persistent, or they were going to keep persistent licenses around, and they did that until people forgot about 2 years later that they said that, and then they licensed it to subscription only. Nice. Oh, but we offer new features and value. Don't. Your new updates are trash. Sorry, don't mind me. I get a little opinionated sometimes, and I think Adobe's methods are kind of annoying. I wish they were just honest about it. Like, I don't mind that they do some of the things they do. I just think the way they handle it is kind of scummy. Okay. All right, and back to the drawing monitor. There we go. And then where's my rock? I think just Control O should do it. And then this is projects, assets, environment, rocks, large rock. Okay. And then I don't expect this to put it in. Ah, but it does. Yeah. Okay. So at this point, not have a UV map. I want it to have a texture map that we're gonna put on. Let's go ahead and do the Z plugin UV master. Turn that off. Button. Okay. Let's go ahead and create 2K UVs. And I mean, we're gonna replace this anyways, but let's do like a spherical U. There we go. And then right off the bat, we get this as our UVs. That's bad. Okay, let's unwrap it. and then it's unwrapping, and you can see the progress bar up here under my face. Can't see it. There it is, right here. Step 0. And then once that's done, we can go ahead and bring this into Substance Painter, and we will start working on our very first big boy asset. It's going to be great. Okay. You're working. Still working. Cool. Please don't do this to me. It's not that complicated. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this the weird way. We're gonna do this the manual way. We're gonna manually UV unwrap this in Cinema 4D. And we're going to use the R18 version because I am not paying for the newer versions. Except for when I need them for contracts, because I just don't need them. They have a lot of really good features, a lot of quality of life stuff, but I just don't use Cinema 4D in the ways that they use them, or that their new features use it for. Often as they may be beneficial. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna look at Unity while we wait. But yeah, the new versions of Cinema 4D, as great as they are, add some features that Houdini's had for a much longer time. I'd rather just use Houdini. That's what I do. And then when I'm on a contract, I just use the subscription version. But I do not have a contract right now to do that, so I am not subscribing it. So, let's see. How am I gonna do this? Trying to figure out where to put this drawing monitor now that it's over here. Just like awkwardly like slide it into the side here. We wait. Okay. It's a lot more convenient where it was earlier, but hard to move the camera with that. So for now, we'll go ahead and leave it where it is. Let's go ahead. Did I adjust my voice? It's hitting at 10. Excuse me, negative 10 decibels. When I'm up close, it should be louder. Yeah, so that should be closer to that. Sorry. All right. Let me know if that sounds worse though. If it does, I can fix that. It should be good. Okay. Yeah, sorry. ZBrush is still being ZBrush. All right, we are going to close ZBrush, reopen it, and then we're going to drop it into Cinema 4D. It's on the wrong monitor again. Okay, how do I disable this? Show if news updated. I'd rather just not see it at all. I don't want to see your little pop-up thing of C whatever it's called. C Central. I remember. Not that interested. Okay. Alright, Lightbox, go away. Let's go ahead and drop up here. Cosmic Sandbox, okay. Let's go to rocks. There we go. Cool. Alright, and then what we're gonna do is export this. And this could be our like high poly mesh. In fact, actually what we're gonna do, I think, is Dynamesh it one more time at 1028. Or 1032, that's fine. Okay. And then we're going to modify topology? No, it's gonna be deformation. Okay. Polish crisp edges. The polish. Just try polish a few times. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Okay, polish by crisp edges. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. I just really want to get like this stuttering here kind of taken care of because it's a little bit jarring. Okay, so we're going to just use the mouse and keyboard to kind of smooth this out a bit. We're going to lose a little bit of our planes here, but that's okay. Okay. Alright, that is fine. We'll leave it at that for now. That is just fine, because this is going to be something you'll see like on occasion, but you're not going to like stare at it. And if you're staring at the rock and you notice a detail that may not be the most appealing, then you are going to be a very normal person, or a very abnormal person, excuse me. Also, the way these rocks break down here does not actually make sense, but okay. Not likely to be seen. Okay, this is where we're going to put the rock, or large rock 1. Okay. Let's open up Cinema with the other monitor. Open. Rocks. Large rock 1. Okay. And then... okay. That's going to be a high poly count. That'll be fun. Okay. And then we might even use Houdini for some of this, like, lo-fi or low poly version making. Let's see. This has way too much geometry. How much does this have? Oh, no. That's only 600,000 polygons. That's like... oh, sorry. That's 600,000 points. That's nowhere near that much. Like, that could be way worse. Okay. But I think I'm going to use Houdini, actually. So we're going to boot that up. Okay. How we doing, folks? Hope we're doing well. Stream is going well, I think. We are 2.5 hours in. Let me check in with my wife, see how they're doing. Make sure she is doing well. It is dinner time, so we're gonna do the painting on this object either later tonight or tomorrow, I think. Because I think that I am going to probably end the stream soon, so I can go get dinner, because I need to eat. I need to be responsible about getting lots of food in my belly. Okay, I think I might grill some hot dogs tonight. Let's see. Sounds kind of nice to grill. Let's close this. This. Yeah, go ahead and save. That's fine. Okay. Oh, it was modified, but then I saved it, but then it doesn't actually exist anymore. So that's fine. All right. Houdini Indy, yes, you may come up. You come on. Let's go. Okay. There we go. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and we are going to grab a geometry object and bring this in. We're going to import this OBJ. So I need to go find where that rock is, which is under the K drive, I think, which is where Dropbox is. Is clients, sorry. Not what I meant to show. Assets, environment. Assets, environment, rocks, large rock 1. Okay. It's gonna take a moment to load in. Okay, that looks pretty good, I think. I don't want to see the geometry on it though. I want to see it like this. Okay. Yeah, it's got like a shale kind of like shattering look on the edges, and I think that's actually just fine. I want to run the normals on this. So let's do a normal. Let's see you by face area, and then I want to kind of have it be a little bit lower, possibly. I don't know, actually, I think it's fine to have it higher. We're gonna make a smaller, lower poly version of this anyways. All right, so this is interesting how this rock shape changes here, and it's kind of softer there. It's fine though. Okay. All right, let's turn off the grid. Okay. All right, this is where Houdini is absolutely magical. Houdini is gonna be a huge part of the pipeline of this game. So let's go ahead and save this. Guys, just a heads up, by the way, camera's about to die. So if it dies, we're gonna take the camera off screen. But we are almost done, so I don't want to replace the battery right now anyways. So let's do projects. Wait, do I have this in here? Projects, yeah, okay, there it is, okay. Projects, Jam at Toast. What a weird name. Environments, rocks. Rock Retopo. .hip. It's actually a HIP LC limited commercial because Side Effects is an amazing company who has decided to make it's cheaper. Wait, did they get acquired? I remember that being talks of things. I don't remember if they got acquired or not, but that had me a little worried. All right, let's see, Poly. How long have I been muted? I'm so sorry. I feel like an absolute moron. Okay, did I do anything else? No, okay. I think we're good. All right, so that is the amount of polygons we want. Guys, promise it's going to be better than this normally. I usually do not have the switcher under my arm. So sorry. I was just going to say, if you guys enjoy this, since we're about to wrap up because I need to go get dinner, if you enjoyed the stream, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can see more in the future. And we're going to have some videos coming out soon too, after we have more content to show off in the game. If I were you, I probably wouldn't sub after all of that stream stuff, but if you can find it in your hearts to forgive that, I promise it's going to be worth it. Anyways, look at the geometry on this. It is gorgeous. It is so wonderful. And now all we need to do is just retopologize, or excuse me, UV map that. So what we're going to do is we're going to freeze this, save this file, and now it's cached in. And then now we have two versions. We have this version, the Large Rock OBJ version, and the retopologized version, which we're going to add UV maps to. So we're going to UV unwrap this, and actually we could use the Rhizome tools, I think. Actually, I'm not quite sure. I do have Rhizome. I just don't know if I have like the latest version. But let's go ahead and do a UV quick shade on this guy. And you can see it's not quite what we want. It's actually not bad, all things considered. Let's do UV unwrap, and that should be it. And then we can go ahead and just let this be a nice, ugly UV unwrap. It doesn't need to be the prettiest thing in the world. It just needs to function. So let's do... some of those polygons are a little bit wonky. Square, uniform, stretch. Nope. Uniform. Okay. Let's do 5, 4. Maybe I should just do this manually. No, 4 is a lot better. Okay. There's a lot less crazy going on. Cool. All right. That is good to go. Cool. Let's go ahead and leave it at that for now. This is where we're going to go ahead and leave the rock, and we are going to save it out as new file as a large rock low poly. I'll just do LP .obj, and then that is going to write that file. All right, and now that file exists, and it is a nice sculpted rock. And we could just like generate rocks like this in Houdini, but I think the sculpted look is going to look better. So anyways, this is ready to be brought into Substance Painter. We are going to go ahead and open the file and bake the maps, and then we're going to go ahead and end the stream. But let's go ahead and get up here the large rock OBJ. Actually, I think I want the low poly version to be put in here. And then I'm going to do a 2K document. And I want this to be set to... Is there a Unity version? There is. Okay, that's what I want. Cool. Alright, so that's the low poly version. Texture set settings. I need to bake mesh maps. And I need a high poly mesh for this. And that's where we get this guy, the original. And now we can go ahead and bake all the maps. I need to make sure that they're all set with the parameters that I want. Ambient occlusion, that's fine. Curvature, that is good. Let's see. Yep, that's fine. Definitely per pixel. I don't want it per vertex. Position, fine. Thickness, fine. Ambient occlusion. Self-occlusion, fine. Linear, that's fine. Linear is probably better anyways. Vertex color, material ID, file ID, mesh ID, polygroup. Let's do a mesh ID, polygroup, and then it's just one object. It's not going to be multiples, so that's fine. Common, let's make sure this is all good. This should be just fine. So let's go ahead and bake all of that, and it's going to give us some nice visualization. Ooh, that's good. That already, right off the bat, is good. The material ID definitely gave us some interesting stuff. That curvature, though, if you saw that, and that material thickness is exactly what we're going to want. And you can see now that the rock looks a lot better, even though it's the low poly version, because now we've baked the high poly stuff in, and now we've got all these maps, which is really useful. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and save this, and let's do... What is the render folder and the backup folder? This is a rocks folder. That's so weird. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and save this as large rock 1. That'll be a Substance Painter file, and I'm very excited to get into this. We could drop some things on and start getting some concrete or rocky textures on it, but we're going to do that in the next stream, guys. So if you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. Apologies again for the red alert wide mode and muting forever and being on the wrong monitor. Won't happen again. All right, I will see you guys in the next stream. Have a fantastic day. I'm Sam from Cosmic Sandbox, and I will see you next time.